Any day.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews the movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 743. I believe so.
Did you
I don't
look
know
up the
anymore.
number? You looked up
Huh?
the number?
Yeah. 743. As always, this is your nerds. You gotta hear the whole show. It's our wonderful co-host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to wonderful, wonderful Friday night.
Live, early, and ad-free before our wonderful public gets to watch it on Saturday at 12 p.m. Central Time. As always, we're here to give you an extra review.
Also,
And
shout out
today-
to the wonderful public because they've been watching these past few videos.
They like the fucked up shit apparently and the sad
Apparently.
shit. Well, let's see how this one does. And we're here to give you guys an extra review. And as always, just hope everyone's having a good day. Hope that we find you happy, healthy, all that wonderful stuff. Brad, before we can get into the review of The Piano Teacher, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah? What's
Yeah.
going on, man?
I don't know. I watched this movie today, so
Today?
yeah, I watched it.
I watched it yesterday.
And then I watched it this morning. So I didn't get to it yesterday because it was working. So
Yeah. Wait, because it wasn't working or you were working?
I was working.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, so right off in the morning, got up, had your coffee, and
Yep.
said,
Watch
I'm going to
this.
watch Michael Haneke's The Piano Teacher.
Well, I have the review today, so it wasn't much of a choice.
Quite the movie to start your morning with, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Brad, you got one more week of these fucking wild movies, and then you will see what we do on February. But yeah, man, I had to work today, Brad. I picked up a shift to make up for the time lost between the snowstorm and Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
So I thankfully was able to get some hours in. So happy about that.
That's important.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
your money straight.
Yep, man. Yep. And tomorrow I'm gonna be able to stream and all do that wonderful stuff.
Is your
But,
shirt Cell from Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
It's Cell, and then
I see
it's
that. Yeah.
the father
Cell's
son
dope.
Kamehameha.
Cell's always been dope. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, no, Cell's my favorite, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's Cell and the father son Kamehameha.
Also, I got the OG Bloodline shirt.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. Oh man, but yeah, Brad. Not much else going around here. Just I had to work and I had to run some errands. I had to go and dump some metal and my old bed frame. Apparently Goodwill doesn't take bed frames.
What?
So stupid. I know.
What?
Could take a whole
I
fucking
know.
couch,
Like, I would
right?
understand like mattresses, sure, but bed frames?
Mm-hmm.
That don't make no sense.
Could take a whole ass fucking table, but you won't take a fucking bed frame?
That's weird. I don't know.
But yeah, that happened. So I had to go find a dump. We found a dump to go throw it in, and then we just had dinner. And well, now I had my second dinner to have with my meds. So just
Second
That's
dinner,
kind
like
of-
second breakfast. Rolls a hobbit.
second breakfast. Second breakfast.
Second breakfast.
Go for a second breakfast. Yeah. But Brad, I've taken you on a journey this whole week. I mean, this whole month, right? I'm still not even done with it.
Yeah.
We're not. Quite frankly, we have I think one more film and a mini pod, and that's it. And you have made it through this month. But today we're looking at Michael Haneke's The Piano Teacher, one of my favorite movies of all time. With my favorite performance from Isabelle Huppert. And she's one of my favorite actresses of all time. So, yeah. With that being said, we should probably get into it, Brad, if you're ready.
Yeah. Let's go.
With that being said, if you haven't seen The Piano Teacher, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But first, let me go ahead and see what Stacy has to say. That's the last time I cooked 2 eggs and sausage for breakfast. Yep. No, it's not that kind of movie, Stacy. Not that type. Yeah.
Huevos.
No huevos rancheros.
Huevos rancheros.
Yeah. But if you haven't seen the piano teacher, you probably get out here. You care about sports, but if you don't care about sports or you've already seen the film, go ahead and stay. This is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect after these words from our sponsors in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerd Court is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off your first order with code TheNerdCourt. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. The piano teacher, which is French for la pianiste, and it literally fucking translates to the pianist. Which, I don't know why you don't just use the translated title, the pianist, but I guess the piano...
English is hard, and they didn't want everybody to go the pianist.
Pianist, yeah. This pianist. Yeah. Is a 2001 erotic psychological drama film written and directed by Michael Haneke, based on the 1983 novel of the same name by Alfred Jelinek. It tells the story of an unmarried piano teacher, played by Isabelle Huppert, at a Vienna conservatory living with her mother, Annie Girardot, in a state of emotional and sexual disequilibrium, who enters into a sadomasochistic relationship with her student, Benoit Magimel, a co-production between France and Austria. Haneke was given the opportunity to direct after previous attempts to adapt the novel by filmmakers Vali Export and Paulus Manker collapsed for financial reasons. At the 2001 Cannes Film Festival, it won the Grand Prix, and the two leads, Huppert and Magimel, won Best Actress and Best Actor. It went on to receive positive reviews and other awards and nominations. Cinematography by Christian Berger, and edited by Mona Willi and Nadine Moose. Music is done by Martin Achenbach, and it sits at 2 hours and 11 minutes. And on a budget of 5.3 million euros, which is roughly $6.2 million, it made $6.8 million at the box office. Not a profit, but at least it made its budget back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The pianist is probably already taken and likely not by a Cannes Film nominee.
I mean, that's probably true.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet if I were to search up the pianist.
Yeah, you would probably get quite a few things.
Yeah.
Probably a dude playing the piano with
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, we're gonna move on from that. Brad, like I said, is one of my favorite movies of all time, and one of my favorite actresses of all time is in this film by one of my favorite directors of all time. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out to you, Brad. What are your initial thoughts on Michael Haneke's The Piano Teacher?
I did have a question. Have we ever watched a Michael Haneke movie before?
I
don't think
I have.
I mean, you probably have. I mean, on this show.
Good question, Brad.
Because I don't think we have. So
I don't believe we have, Brad. I believe we haven't. I think this is our first Haneke, which is. No, Brad. We didn't. We didn't talk about funny games, right?
No, I don't think so.
Nah. No, then. Yeah, this is our first Haneke on the channel.
Okay. What a very interesting movie. I really liked it. Like, I like the main character, the actress, Hubert. She's very good in this.
Huppert, Brad.
Huppert.
Not Hubert.
Isabelle
That's
Huppert.
H-U-B, Brad.
Huppert. Very, very good in this. Excellent in this. And, you know, when she first appears on the screen, it kind of elicits an emotion from the audience of, you kind of feel for her. Like, she has a very hard time opening up. She lives with her mother, her mother is overbearing quite a bit and nosy. and then the way she is, she's built such tall walls over herself that she can't deal with people, I would say, and can't make an emotional connection. And that gets very interesting, and you really feel for this character up until the point she puts a glass in one of her students' jackets, and the student ends up cutting her hands, and I believe she does it out of jealousy. Um, so it makes the character very complicated from that point on, which, it's fine. Um, and then in her mind, she has these ideas of what she wants sexually done to her. Um, just because that's kind of what she enjoys watching. Um, and from there, throughout the end of the movie, it's kind of watching a car wreck because you get to a point maybe she realizes that's not what she wanted. She thought she wanted somebody else to be in control, and in the beginning of this, she had a character of like always being in control, and at the end of this, she just seems very broken.
Yeah. This movie completely is really a lot. I mean, our title says it all. It's desire, control, and what's it called? The relationship between those two things sexually.
Yeah,
To me, this movie is incredible. I think I think it is Hooper's best performance. Because a lot of her performance is really silent, and you also get fuck. I just read one of the messages. Fucking fuck this guy. What's it called? But yeah, I'm losing my train of thought there.
ignore
A
her.
lot of her performance is really silent, and a lot of what she's saying with her facial expression.
Well, with her whole body,
Yeah,
like
in her
you can tell she's built these walls up.
yeah
With this character has built their walls up, and she does not allow anyone in.
yeah
And she gets to the point where she's going to porno theaters and she's cutting herself and she's trying to feel some kind of emotion.
yeah.
And she meets what the hell was his name?
I believe his name
Walter
was
Klimmer. She meets Walter Klimmer,
yeah
and he is obsessed with her in the beginning.
yeah
Like, and I think she realizes that. Um, and when they meet in that bathroom, it's like she wants to control him, but then in her letter, it like flips. It does a 180, and she
yeah
wants him to be in control. Like she's
yeah.
giving herself to him.
But she's really the one in control the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah, because she has this whole laundry list of what she'll allow sexually.
Yeah, which is the reason why she like stabs herself at the end, because she realizes like, oh, this person actually didn't care. They just wanted to get to me, and she was just doing this whole movie. Really, to me, honestly, the character of Isabelle Huppert, her name, what's it called, Erica. I think Erica is just searching for someone to care, like
Yeah.
because like her mom doesn't care.
No.
Her students care to an extent, and you would actually make the argument that her students are more of a parasitic and predatory relationship with her, wanting to just use her as a step up to get to the next step for them.
Yeah.
So like, Erica doesn't really have anybody who cares about her, and it leads her down the path of like sadomasochism, and I don't know. I love the way that Haneke kind of brings that story out. I also love the way that he frames the movie. Sometimes you're very tight into a shot, but sometimes you're also very wide, and a lot of the stuff with the mom feels very claustrophobic,
Yeah.
and especially when she kisses her, like she starts kissing her, and like she's fully not understanding what the hell it's like. Like to me, right there, that's when that's the inner child of
Yeah, she wants some kind of love and caring and just a show of affection towards her, which I think is why the reason she is the way she is she never had that.
no, she never had that.
Because looking at the mother's
Not the most loving person you would expect,
no,
huh?
in less terms, she's a bitch.
Yeah. I love the music.
But there were parts of this film where I probably shouldn't have laughed, and I laughed. Like when Walter comes in, and then he takes the mother, he just pushes her into the room, and there was a little laugh there. It's like, okay, I probably shouldn't have laughed at that, but the mom kind of deserved it for this whole fucking movie. I'm sorry.
Well, she's such an asshole, dude. She's so mean, and she's
Yeah.
like, nothing is enough, and she what's it called? She's constantly reminding Erica, like, you don't have a husband, you're nothing, and it's like, fuck, dude. Like, imagine having to live with this woman all your life,
But I'm
being
glad
raised by this woman.
Yeah, but and I'm sure. So Erica, probably a great piano teacher in a form, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I wouldn't want her for a piano teacher. Like
Mm.
that would give me stomach ulcers. just,
Yeah,
just the way she puts it, I'm guessing is the way her mother dealt with her whole life, and it's just putting her down to try and build her up, and
yeah,
it doesn't work. That just creates anxieties, and that's why you see a
yeah.
lot of these kids just fucking blubbering in the film. They're just crying their eyes out.
I think he does a great job with this movie, man. It's one of my favorites from him. I've only ever seen this one, and Funny Games, and Amour. Amour's my favorite one that he did, and then this would be second, and Funny Games is right after Amour, right after this one. But I think they're all really great films, and this one is just like it's fucked up. It's very fucked up. But I mean, I think there's like there's something more that's being said through the obvious violence and the sex and the fellatio and everything that's going on in this movie. And you see how she like, you see how she like she touched him like, oh, you can't touch me, like you can't do all these things, like obviously like once that line gets crossed, now she feels that he's trying to please her, and it's like no, she wants you to be in control. You want to have. She doesn't want you to reverse the roles here.
Well, and Walter's standpoint is he actually wants. It almost like he wants a relationship.
Yeah, he's in love with his teacher,
Yeah,
bro.
he's like, I'm in love with you, and then I don't necessarily believe she's ever in love with Walter, even though she says it.
No, I don't think
I
so.
think she's just broken to a point where she thinks, she like in her head she believes she messed up, and that was her one opportunity at love, and that's
Yeah,
really like when she goes down and meets him after hockey practice.
yeah,
I think that's what that whole scene is. Um, but and just the way he reads the letter and he doesn't fully understand. It's like, well, that's what she wants. I mean, to some degree, because I mean, that was no short letter. That was
no,
a whole fucking. That was like 5 pages of tiny handwriting.
yeah. I agree with you, Brad. I think to an extent, I don't think she ever loved him. I think there was definitely interest.
Yeah.
I think she felt attracted to him for sure, because you don't crush a glass and put it into a student's pocket in
No,
their coat
that
for
was
someone
jealousy.
you don't feel like somewhat of an attraction to.
Yeah, that was jealousy right there.
Yeah,
That's what that was.
yeah. Do I think she loved him? No, not at all.
I think she might have been teetering on the point of thinking that was her one shot at love, and
Yeah,
so she that's why she did what she did. And then the ending scene, the end of this movie is pretty brutal, where he comes in, and then you have the rape scene.
yeah,
And I'm watching this and I'm going, okay, this is what she wrote in her letter, but at the same time, it's not.
yeah,
There's some communication that's not happening between these two characters, because you know Walter full ups just punches her, and it's like I don't know if that's what like she meant, just full out just beating the shit out of her.
yeah. I think that's where it kind of clicks for her, and she realizes like, oh, that's I think I've given him too much power.
Yeah,
over me.
Yeah,
And it's like the control has completely switched over
yeah.
now. And yeah, it's brutal stuff. He locks his because Erica's mom in the fucking closet.
Which also I kind of laughed at, but
Yeah. Which is
I just
her
didn't
mom
like the
is an
mom.
ass,
Like,
bro.
mom's an ass. Like at first I thought he was gonna throw down. She's gonna like break a hip, but then she comes right back, and I'm like, oh okay. And then he just grabs her and places her on the bed and locks her in the room. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. I've always wanted to read the book, man. I want to get to it because I'm very interested to like see what's different from the book and in the film. Especially if it's as brutal as it is in this film. But yeah, dude, I think it's a great movie. The pacing to me is a little bit fast in the middle, and I really do think with maybe a little like 10 to 20 more extra minutes of this movie, honestly, man, I think it's perfect.
But I don't know what would you add. That'd be my only question. What would you add to this movie? Like I get what you're saying. The pacing is kind of quick there.
Maybe a little bit more of a relationship with her other past students, so that way we could see really how she interacted with them compared to Walter.
Yeah, I mean, because usually she came off very cold.
Very cold, but like, I don't know. You don't get that much of a you don't get that much time with Anna before we move on to Walter.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, her student going, "I have diarrhea," and I'm just like, "Yo, I get that. Like, I get the stress bubble gut too."
yeah. I know the anxiety shits, man.
Yeah.
Just have to see if you can find it on Audible.
Fuck.
Yeah. But Brad, anything else you want to bring up?
I mean, I don't think we talked about the music, and it's
I love the music, right?
A movie called The Piano Teacher.
Yeah, I think the music's really good, and I definitely think it adds to the atmosphere of it.
I mean, I learned about
Very
Schubert.
suspenseful.
Yeah, I know about Schubert now. So
Schubert. Yeah.
apparently he was an ugly, crazy man who could play the piano.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any trivia on this, Brad.
I wonder if there's a picture of Schubert.
Schubert. But yeah, man. I'm glad you liked it, man. I thought it was. I don't know.
Oh, he must have opened IMDb, or I did. I don't know. Schubert don't look. I mean, he's kind of got like a egg looking kind of head. Like, he looks kind of like Humpty Dumpty. I mean. And he's gone. Well, Stacy, it's just me and you. Yep, there he is. Did you open IMDb again?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what fucking platform you're on, whether it's StreamYard or VMux, you're gonna have the same damn problem, Brad. Fucking shit.
Well, I was just talking to Stacy on how Schubert looked like an egg. His head. It looks kind of like Humpty Dumpty. I wouldn't say ugly though.
I was just saying that I completely agree with the wins. I think that both Huppert and Magamel deserve their wins. And I was like, I think that Huppert's is obviously the better performance.
Yeah.
But I don't think without Magamel you have such a great performance from Huppert.
No, I think you have those two characters are joined in that because it's that relationship that makes this film.
Yeah. But Brad, what is your final verdict?
I think I am going to give The Piano Teacher, The Pianist, whatever you want to call it, a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. All right, man. I'm roughly around the same place, Brad. I give this like a 9.25. Yeah. I think it's a great movie. It's one of my favorites of all time, for sure.
Movie. It's a very good movie. It's a rough movie. I don't think it's more rough than any previous movies we watched. I mean, sure, there's certain scenes. It's a difficult watch, but I don't think compared to the. I think you've just been like we've been just kind of going forward, and I wouldn't say this is like the thing that I had to turn away from
No, no, no.
in comparison.
In comparison to other shit,
Yeah.
this, yeah. Um, I read here during a career retrospective in 2016, Isabelle Huppert said her last scene in the movie where she stabbed herself required 52 takes.
Who's
That's a lot of prosthetics. No, that's a lot of fucking prosthetics
Did he
to
want
use.
Did he want like the blood like the form of certain? How many shirts? That's like 52 shirts in.
Yep, 52
Like
shirts, 52 rounds
blood,
of prosthetics.
Yeah, 52 blood bags right there.
Yeah, shit ton of stuff. Oh man, but yeah, I haven't with these movies, Brad. I haven't like pushed to your limit yet, huh?
No, not yet. Also, I find it hilarious no one got that concert.
Yeah, no one did get the concert,
No
huh?
one got that concert,
No, no.
which is fine. I don't
Yeah.
know where she went, but I hope she found help somewhere.
Yeah.
And then went on to live a happy life.
Honestly, though, bro, poor Anna, bro. Poor Anna. Anna was the one who I'm like,
Anna got that's where this complicates, because in the beginning of this movie and towards until the scene with where she breaks the glass and puts it in Anna's coat, you really feel for this character. And then
Yeah.
after that, it's complicated. It's like, okay, she's very broken, but at the same time, she's kind of crazy. She just fucking just ruined this kid's career.
yeah. So, and the last thing I'll say is that I do love the way the movie looks too. It has a very like, like it's a very grimy kind of feel, even though it's like very natural.
Yeah,
It's like a very natural looking film. Not a lot of like, that's not the word I want to use. Not a lot of like different uses of light, really, but you're using a lot of natural tones to it. Very earthy, and it kind of gives it this like kind of like a little bit of a nasty feeling to it.
Yeah, that's just France.
Yeah. Highly recommend the Criterion Blu-ray. This looks really good on the Blu-ray. And it has some pretty good special features. So you guys should check it out. But yeah, with that said, that concludes our review of The Piano Teacher. Not The Pianist. That's the movie with Adrian Brody. As always, you can keep up to date with us on thenerdcore.com. Twitter at the Nerdcore _, Instagram at the Nerdcore, Letterboxd at the Nerdcore, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/Nerdcore. Our Discord link is in the description below. You can talk to us about this film and other Michael Haneke films. And of course, we want to thank you guys so much for joining us. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss a single video that drops on the channel. And if you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app of choice, make sure that you leave a 5-star review and you follow us on that app. All that helps us out so much. Thank you to our patrons that make it possible. You guys are the amazing people that you are because you guys help us out so much. And it's just not possible without you guys. Can you tell them about our wonderful executive producer, Shane, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at ThriftedIL, or go buy something from the Suppy God at dpop.com/Prison City Vintage.
Damn straight, Brad. And we'll be back tomorrow for some Skeleton Crew reviews and Creature Commandos. But main show, we'll be back next week for our final Gaspar Noé review of his last film he released, Vortex. And on the mini pod, you get to get an extra review of his. Well, I don't call it a short film because it is almost an hour, but it is like under like an hour.
Short in comparison.
Yeah, short in comparison, but it is one of his latest films, Lux Eterna. So catch that on the Patreon. And of course, our next episode of Spawn, Season 2, Episode 2 on Tuesday. But with that being said, we're going to be getting out of here. Brad, set him out.
All right, our only main host as always. Thank you to Stacy for once again joining us in chat. Thank you to our listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, don't fall in love with the piano teacher. Young Yoda out.